Switzerland. Famous for its mountains, its chocolate, its precision watches, and of course, banks where your money sleeps more peacefully than you do. But Switzerland also has another flex, its national flag. While nearly every country in the world waves a rectangle, Switzerland proudly flies a square. Yep, in a world full of rectangles, they said, nah, we're different. So why is the Swiss flag square? And where did the name Switzerland even come from? Let's dive into history, battles, symbolism, and a few jokes about taxes along the way. There are nearly 200 countries on Earth, and almost all of them have rectangular flags. The only two exceptions? Switzerland and Vatican City. So why a square? Maybe the Swiss just didn't want to waste fabric. Or maybe they wanted their flag to match their Toblerone packaging. Either way, they stand out. And honestly, if you've got secret bank accounts, watches that cost more than a car, and cheese with more holes than your excuses to the IRS, you've earned the right to a weird flag. The story goes back to the 14th century. Swiss soldiers needed a way to recognize each other in battle, so they wore white cloth strips stitched into the shape of a cross on their armor. It was practical, easy to make, easy to spot, and it didn't require a graphic designer charging 200 francs an hour. Soon, that cross appeared on red square banners carried into battle. And trust me, when you're charging into a medieval battlefield full of armored knights, you really want to be sure you're hitting the enemy, not your neighbor Hans, who lent you his goat last week. One defining moment came at the Battle of Laupen in 1339. The Swiss carried the white cross into battle, and after their victory, the symbol stuck. From then on, the cross on red was tied to the old Swiss Confederacy. Not exactly a national identity yet, more like a medieval WhatsApp group chat, but it was their badge of independence. And the square shape? That wasn't some design rebellion. Most medieval banners were square or close to it. The Swiss just never let go of the tradition. Now about the name. Switzerland actually comes from Schwyz, one of the founding cantons. After the Swiss beat the Habsburgs in battle, outsiders began calling the whole confederacy the People of Schwyz. Over time, it stuck, which is kind of hilarious, because it's just one canton. That's like if the entire US were called Texland, because Texas won a fight once, only with fewer cowboys and more yodeling. Fast forward to 1848. Switzerland became a federal state and officially adopted the cross on red as the national flag. While the rest of the world standardized rectangles for naval and international purposes, Switzerland shrugged and said, nope, we're neutral, but not about shapes. It's the ultimate Swiss move. They don't join wars, they don't join the EU, and they don't join the Rectangle Club. That's commitment. As for symbolism, the white cross represents Christianity, peace, and faith. The red background has been said to symbolize the bloodshed for freedom. Together, the flag became linked with Swiss values, neutrality, independence, and unity. Fun fact, the Swiss flag directly inspired the emblem of the Red Cross in 1863. They just inverted the colors. So the world's most famous medical symbol is literally Switzerland saying, we're so neutral, we even lend our flag to humanitarian causes. Now here's the kicker. Switzerland's flag is square at home, but internationally at the Olympics, the United Nations, or on airplanes, they use a rectangular version. Why? Because if they showed up with a square, they'd ruin the symmetry of the parade of flags. Imagine the Olympics opening ceremony. 194 rectangles marching in, then suddenly Switzerland rolls up with a giant square like, sup. That's not neutrality, that's trolling the event organizers. And of course, Switzerland is also famous for its financial hospitality. For decades, Swiss banks were the safest place to hide your money from. Well, everyone. So maybe the square flag makes sense. Rectangles are transparent. Squares? Those are vaults. The flag isn't just a symbol. It's basically a giant red safe deposit box flying in the wind. So what's the story behind Switzerland's square flag and its name? A battlefield cross became a unifying symbol, the square banner stuck through centuries of tradition. And one little canton called Schwyz had enough clout to name an entire country. It's a story of independence, neutrality, and a refusal to follow the crowd. Switzerland proves that in a world of rectangles, being square is actually kind of cool. And hey, next time you see that red square with the white cross, remember, it's not just a flag. It's history, it's tradition, and it might just be guarding a vault full of money your accountant doesn't know about. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who definitely doesn't have a Swiss bank account. See you in the next video.